Last episode I told you I had something special for y'all, and y'all see the bright yellow Porsche behind me. You can tell by the headlights, they're 996, but can you tell what kind of 996 that is? Yeah, it's a GT2. So a buddy of mine by the name of Omar, he's a huge Porsche enthusiast, I would say. This is one of his babies right here, and the guy has quite of a collection. I don't know if he's brave or stupid for letting me drive this thing, but I wanted to bring it to you guys so you guys could see what we're working with. So, little backstory on this car. It's an 03 996 GT2. It's making just shy of 1,000 horsepower. The engine's fully built, gearbox is fully built. Omar put a whole lot of work into it. It's also on KWV3s from what he told me. The car's an absolute animal. So I wanted to take you guys on this journey just to see how the car is, check on the inside, also take it for a ride and show you guys how fast this thing is. I mean, I don't want to break any speed limits, but I'm gonna try to be as conservative as possible. Also, I don't want to, God forbid, put this thing into a pole. So I can't afford one of these. As you guys know, my 993 is considered the last of the air-cooled. And then they started the water-cooled, which is started with the 996. And to me, this is as raw as it gets in a water-cooled compared to the generations that follow, as far as the 997, 991, and then the 992. And then on top of that, this is a GT2. A GT2, which you don't see often. Then to put the icing on the cake, this thing is shy of 1,000 horsepower, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's running Michelin tires up front, but then also he's running R888s in the rear, just to somewhat keep the power down, get some traction in the rear. As you can see, everything is fully carboned. This thing is amazing, amazing. So a little backstory on this plate. The reason why Omar calls it the Holy Grail, because he sorted this thing out to the best of his capabilities, and it's just a perfect all-around car. Yes, the power is crazy, but still, you still have that raw feeling, and it's just a very visceral car to drive, and that's why he named it the Holy Grail. But the car's amazing. And another backstory is that Omar, this is a story he told me which is quite funny. So Omar was a JDM guy before. He had several Supras, other types of cars that he built. When he was driving the Supra one night, which is the last one that he had, he was making about 900 horsepower. He was driving on the highway one night. What flew past him was a 996 Carrera. He said he tried to catch the Carrera and could not catch it once it got into the turns of the highway, like, you know, curves or whatever. And it literally changed his life after that. He said the next day he put his Supra up for sale and just started searching for a Porsche, and ever since then, it's just all history after that. I also have a special treat for you guys on top of that. I know I already said this was the treat, but I got something even crazier than that. And if you remember, I mentioned that Omar has a pretty sick collection. I'm about to introduce you guys to the other car that he let me take out. And this right here is one of my dream cars. Look at this. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, introducing y'all to a 991.2 GT2 RS. And if you notice, let me show you guys a little something. That's right, Weissach. Oh man. So not only Omar has a damn near 1,000 horsepower 996 GT2, the man also has a 991 GT2 RS. How sick is it? And both cars are just, So I'm gonna take you guys on a ride on both cars so we could see the differences of each. I'm really excited about this. Omar took me for a ride in both of them. I almost threw up. About the torque and how crazy these cars feel. Like literally, it felt like my stomach was coming up, literally out of my, like, I feel like I was gonna throw up my whole stomach. I'm not even bullshit. And I've been in a lot of fast cars, but this thing, both of these are just insane. This is one of my dream cars. I'm gonna go through both cars. I'm gonna explain why each feel different and what I like about each, and then I'll let you guys at home decide what you would choose. So let's hop in the cars and take the full ride. So guys, I'm finally in the cockpit. I'm about to take the 996 GT2 out.
Whew, my hands are shaking, I'm nervous. This car has a lot of power, and you know, I'm gonna give you guys little presses, give you my impression of how I feel about the car, but just off the bat, the gearbox, oh my God, it's just so notchy, so tight. The shifter is it's like a short shifter. You could hear it. And you know, Omar put a lot of time and work into this car. And this gearbox, if I'm not mistaken, I think it said it ran about 30 grand. It's a fully built gearbox. The clutch is amazing. I have to give it some pretty good throttle to catch the clutch. But let me just shut up and take you guys around. But do you hear that? Oh man. So the car's on KW V3s, and I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar at home. You've driven on V3s, so they're very compliant. The thing that I like what Omar did was that he wanted to make the car still drivable for the street, not really a track car, even though the crazy amount of power it has. But I think he did find that perfect combination, that holy grail, like he mentioned, like you see in the license plate. But man, does this car feel good. And it's like, all this makes me want to do is really boost my 993, because if this, oh my God, like there's nothing like a flat 6 turbo. It's like just the right amount of throttle to just get you, like I'm hitting the pedal just a quarter of the way and the car's just like ready to go. So after this bend, there's gonna be a nice straightaway. I'm gonna hit full throttle so you guys can hear how this car runs. You drop it down the gear, and I hope you guys are ready, because it scares me every time I press this, and I'm not even saying. You'll see my reaction when I. Yo, it's like, whoo, it's like it's bringing a tear to my eye, and I'm laughing hysterically because of like, you know how they say like, fear brings on laughter. Like it's literally uncaging, like a lion with a piece of steak over my head. Can't even talk, man. Oh, yo, my stomach is oh God, I'm getting nauseous. Feel like I just got out of here. You guys heard how that car sounded. I mean, whoo, my heart is like beating, and I'm in the driver's seat, so imagine in the passenger seat how that would feel. Oh my God. Oh man, I want one. Omar, you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job with this car, man. Virtually indestructible. Everything is fully built. You could beat on it. It's not gonna. That's the. Oh man, I can't emphasize this enough with Porsches, man. You know. Especially, I mean, granted, like a 996, 997 turbo is an amazing car, but then you kick it up a notch and you get in the GT2, and then you kick it up again and you bring it to almost 1,000 horsepower. I've never felt anything like this before, never, and I've been in a lot of fast cars. amazing car. And I could drive this every day. I could drive this every day. Just relax, you know, shift at low RPM, cruise. But then when I want to get into it, then I got the carbon ceramics. The carbon ceramics feel amazing. Of course, you gotta let them warm up for them to really, really bite, but man. And even like when you really get into it, the car stays straight. That's the crazy thing about it. It stays straight. Like you know what it's gonna do. Like the scary factor for me is just the amount of torque and the pressure that I feel. And like the G-forces from just how fast the car is going. And the gearing is like perfect. First gear, literally you could go over 50 miles an hour on first gear alone. I can't wait to hop in the GT2 RS and take that around and see the differences. Because this is, but man, Porsche knows how to do it. Oh man, they know how to build cars, man. And granted, I mean, Omar too, man. Kudos to him. I think it's about time we swap out. Let's get in the RS. I keep saying GT2 like this is a GT2, but let's get in the RS and you know, and take that around and see how that feels. But one more for the road. Wow. All right, guys, let's go hop in the GT2 RS and let's take that around. So now, guys, I'm in the GT2 RS, my dream car. Man, just driving my dream car just feels surreal. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just cruising right now, just trying to get a feel for the car. But already it feels night and day. And that's one thing about 911s that I gotta admit. All the generations that I drove, like driving my 993, I drove my buddy Rodney's 88, and now driving the 996. I've also driven a 997. They all feel unique. That's what's amazing about them. And it's like, no matter how many of these you can own, you always want another one. All right, so take the dampener off. I'm gonna put in sport, the PDK Sport. So now we should really be in that very responsive mode. I don't know too much. I'm not one of these reviewers that tell you like, oh, this. Listen, man. I'm just like you guys at home. Just a regular, normal guy that got blessed to be able to drive one of his supercars, and I'm just winging it. But I'm having fun doing it. All right, so Omar didn't do much to this car. He kept it as is, as you can see. It's a Weissach. Only thing he did was the bypass. No, he did sport cats, and that's it. That's why he did here. Oh my goodness, if you can hear that. But let's hear it a little bit better. So off the bat, this car feels like the 996 is scarier because it's just more like it's just more raw. But that doesn't take away how crazy this feels. I don't want you guys to think like this is like some kind of like country club driving that I'm doing. Like, oh my God. So automatically it's like, I feel this is more refined than the 996. I didn't even realize how fast I was going until I looked down before I was braking. I don't even want to say it. But damn, this thing handles. I went around that bend and it just like, once again, I'm at like, I have that ceiling where it's, you know, I can't crash a $400,000 car. I just can't. It's not my car. So it's like, I'm still restricting myself from really going, getting into it the way I should. But oh my goodness. Does it make sense? It's a tough one. I don't even know which one I even like more. Honestly, if the 996 was stock, hands down, this would take the cake for me. Doesn't take away from the 996 that it feels amazing, because it does. But it's just the aesthetics, the way this car looks, and the way it sounds, the way it feels. Like, this is more like I could drive this to the grocery store. I could pick up my son from school, and then when I want to get naughty, go out with the boys, and like, this is the car. Effortless. Just going around this bend like effortless. Brakes are amazing. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, man. I wish I could afford this. This is a car that you drive and then you feel like you gotta have it. You gotta have it in your stable, no matter what it takes. And I'm at that point right now where like I gotta figure out a way to become wealthy to be able to have one of these in my garage. It's like you drive it and it's not that you want to have it, it's that you gotta have it. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be hard to top this. It's gonna be hard. Getting into anything else, and And do you hear how that boost sounds? This is why I keep emphasizing why I want to boost my 993 now. Amazing. Porsche just keeps outdoing themselves. It's like you wonder how can it get any better, and then it just keeps getting better. Just the throttle response, the torque, the handling, the sound. It's literally perfection, like literally. And it's like I have nothing bad to say about this car. I have nothing bad to say about the 996. I wouldn't change anything. Nothing at all. It gets to 100 so fast.
Yeah, guys, so you guys experienced both of the GT2s with me. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck, man. I've leaning towards the 996 is more my style. I don't know, I guess it's more raw. I mean, the RS is one of my dream cars, as I mentioned before, but after driving this, it's more close to home with my 993. Just that raw feel, but just what I wish my 993 would feel like if it had the power that this is making. But both amazing cars. I don't know, you guys at home decide. You let me know in the comments what you think. Which one would you take home? Both masterpieces. Also want to thank Omar for trusting me and trusting us with the team to shoot both of these cars. He's not even here. Can you imagine? Gave away $500,000 worth of cars and was just like, go out and go film. So it takes a lot of balls and a lot of respect and trust for him to allow us to open these up and show you guys how these cars really run. So Omar, thank you so much for the opportunity. And this is my first time driving both of these cars, and I can't even emphasize how thankful I am. So shout out to you, Omar. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.